Hey, it's Topher right here on Geek Public Radio, and guess what? We are live again. We are back in the studio space. We had a great time last week in the game room. Now we're back in our comfy little domain, and we're talking about a lot of stuff. We're talking about Tiny Tina's. We're talking about a lot more stuff. You hear me, Fallout 76 social media people. And we will be right here.
You're listening to the GPR podcast, where two old guys, talk about new games, movies, most things geeky, and generally be old in front of your eyes. Not cool. Now, here's Topher and Crazy Chris, being all old.
So you're being all old.
I mean, that's generally the principle.
Right.
Am I? Okay, yeah. I was making sure my mic was actually picking up. I can't hear myself, so.
It's in one ear.
No, it's not in any ear. It's okay. I'm very loud, so I don't. Oh, wait. Oh my God.
You finally hear it.
I can. How you doing, Topher?
I am not doing too bad at all.
All right, man. That is awesome to hear. Hopefully, everybody out there in Geekland is doing great. Like he said, we are going to be talking about Tiny Tina's. We're talking about the Fallout 76 social media team because they were on point this week. Thought it was really funny. We're going to talk about some other games, Vampire Early Access, and then just talking just some general geeky stuff, man. I think it's going to be a pretty fun show. Before we get too into it, make sure you guys head on over and click the like button, smash the absolute hell out of that like button, and then make sure to subscribe so you guys don't miss a single minute of our content. And if you are so inclined to do so, you could head on over to geekpublicradio.com, consider becoming a member, where you get exclusive backstage access. Somehow YouTube has yet to pull the video from last week. I don't know how we got away with all the things we got away with.
But they just cut us.
Yeah, they just cut our views again. No big deal. No big deal. They just constantly do that. We were at, I think we're somewhere like 8,000. Then we dropped to 1,000. Then we dropped to 300. Then we went back up to 4,000. Then we went down to 2. Then we went up to 6,000. And now we're back down to 3,500. So just all over the place with the views. I have no idea how the algorithms at YouTube work. YouTube doesn't have any idea how the algorithms work. But here we are. So if you guys would like exclusive access to some of the content that we cannot show on YouTube due to strict and stringent censorship or all those crazy rules that they have in place, some for the good, some for the bad, and everything in between, head on over to geekpublicradio.com. Consider becoming a member today. You get all kinds of crazy stuff over there. So with that being stated, I would like to talk to you guys a little bit about something. Did you know that the U.S. government had an effective psychic spy and military unit? Remote viewers were used in a number of missions throughout the 1980s and early 1990s. Now trained by the former operations and training officer for a unit, a private consulting firm called Mind Tech utilizes these techniques to solve problems and offer solutions no other current information system can do. Some practical examples including the following: locating missing people, medical treatments and cures, persons optimal mate obtaining information, for assistance regarding your profession, stock market, futures trading, so much more. For a free consultation, make sure you guys head on over to mindtechmind.com. That's www.mindtechmind.com. mindtechmind.com, a world without secrets. Thank you to them for sponsoring the show today. We do very much appreciate you guys. So, Topher, that being stated, man, tell me about your week. You know what? Like, before we get into all the geeky stuff, tell me about all the crazy stuff you've done this week, because I know you have been busy.
So one of the things I did was we're getting ready for filming this weekend. So
Yes,
there's like
sir.
a lot of stuff that we got for that. Somehow I managed between all of that to come up with a module, like an actual adventure for Welcome to Marshalltown.
That's right.
So you can actually play a game in the world of Marshalltown, in the universe, with the Black Book and with all of the crazy stuff from Letters from Marshalltown and all of that stuff.
And the Carnival. Sorry.
Yes.
I always like to say Carnival. It's fun. Anyways. So yeah, you sent that over to me and you were like, hey, I think this might be kind of cool. Yeah, he sent it to me and I was highly impressed.
I was like, here's something that make you go, oh, Jesus, WTF, dude.
Well, you constantly put irons in the fire. Every single time I turn around, you're doing something new and different. And it is impossible to keep up with
Yeah,
you.
but that one's almost finished.
But it's impossible to keep up with you. I try my best to offer encouragement or criticism where it might be needed. And then, of course, they'll play test those certain games and stuff that you like to do. I think they're super duper fun. But it's mind-boggling where you find the time to do all the crazy stuff that you do. Like, I don't get, like, I understand how you have the 2 degrees that you have. I get it. I understand. Somewhere along the way, you were just like, you know what I should do? I feel like I should dig big holes in the ground and find dinosaurs. And you were like, I'm going to do it. And then you just sat down and were like, I have an archaeology degree.
Yeah, no, that's literally
pretty much what happened, right?
I mean, it started off like, I want to get a psychology degree.
Right.
And I pursued that and then realized that I also liked anthropology. I was like, yep, screw it.
Let's do both. And the greatest part about it is, that's why you love me so much, is because I'm just an enigma wrapped in a mystery, wrapped in an enigma.
Inside a burrito.
Inside a burrito from Aztec. Azteca. As technology, that's the one, right? But yeah, so hopefully all you guys out there are doing great. Obviously, between Topher and myself, we've had a fantastic weekend. Hopefully you guys got to see the crazy stuff that we did with Jeff and Mike last week. We had such a great time playing Killers, the card game. You guys can find their stretch goals are almost done. I think this is actually the last day that you can go on to Killers, the card game, on any of their social medias and find the Kickstarter for their stretch goals. They've already hit 2 of the 3. I think they've hit the 3rd. Not 100% sure, but if you guys would like to find more information about that, make sure you check them out. Killers, the card game, at all social media platforms. But they had such a cool way. It was really neat to sit down with like the creator of the game as he explained stuff and then stump him on rules. It was fun. I was like, well, what about this? And he goes, no.
Well, no, then that's exactly why, because it's not done. I mean, it's done, but they're still tweaking the rules. They're still doing the stuff. It's going to be shipped out with these
modifications and these
yeah. So we actually helped play test.
Yes, we
live
did.
on
and
air.
I feel very good about that. And it, with Mike and Jeff, it was super fun. You got your first W. Yeah, I think you finally took down the Jeff, and that was fun watching him eat some humble pie.
No, right.
And I tried to get rid of him early. I really did. I was trying to get rid of him so hard, and it just didn't work. So.
Well, my favorite part of that was like I went out fast-ish for the first one. But like everybody else was doing their thing. I slowly was getting like all of my kills.
Just not saying anything, not talking any crap. You're just like, I killed this guy. And we're like, okay, good for Topher. I killed this guy.
And then
we look over and I see that it's just like straight victim cards. And I'm like, oh, shoot.
Well, you looked over and it's like, you have, I say, and then this one, yada, yada. You're like, oh, well, that one's that's your last.
Yeah, I did. I realized it too late. I was like, oh.
I was like, yep. And then I was like, all I need to do. And then I started losing. Like, I started like getting bad cards.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, this isn't going to, I'm going to get so close and then I'm going to get put out again.
Yeah.
Look, I have enough energy to kill this last person.
Right. Woo! It's a child. No, that was a tremendous amount of fun, man. And definitely a game that I highly recommend anybody pick up. Killers card game. I'm going to go ahead and just get rid of this, by the way. So I'm just not even tempted to drink it because my throat is now scratchy and
fun times.
Yeah, does not sitting well at all. I picked up a particular drink from someplace, something I commonly get. It's a very delicious drink. I love it to death. I started drinking it and it just tasted kind of funny. And I was thinking, I've got these nicotine pouches in. It's probably just offsetting the taste. Something that I pretty much always have. And it still tastes like garbage. And I'm like, nope, there's something wrong with this drink. So I'm just set that off to the side and definitely go get my money back and be like, hey, I think you're selling rotten drinks. I think you need to maybe take your stock off the shelf because it's bad. It's bad.
Well, they can't keep people and they can't actually ADA compliant all their aisles.
No. That's fine. I'm not mad.
No.
I mean, I'm a little upset because I spent money on it, but at the same time, I'm like, dude, it's fine. Like, I'm not.
No, I'm just saying, like, they're also planning.
That's why I'm not mentioning the place because I don't want to do that.
They're also planning a walkout.
Oh, cool! Super fun times for them.
It was like, well, it'd be nice if you actually, did your job before you decided that you wanted to walk out.
Do you know who else does their job? Rutledge Productions, and we thank them very much for sponsoring every single show that we do. The guys over there at Rutledge always making sure that we have plenty of stuff to do. And with filming this weekend, I feel it critical to make sure that they get their praise from us. So if you guys have just an inkling of an ounce of what we do, you guys can head on over to rutledgeproductions.com. You can check out all the great offerings that they have. Producers, of course, of the Black Book and the liberators of Mr. Crazy Chris. I was but a wayward soul lost in the abyss, and they saw fit to give me my first big break as a bum and a beautiful movie that won an award at Gen Con called The Black Book. It's absolutely an amazing film. You guys should check it out. It's on Tubi right now. Make sure you watch it. Give us money. Yeah, that's it. But yeah, thank you guys, Rutley Productions. You guys are great. All right. So anyways, see, I told you I was going to start finding a way to incorporate all of our ad reads into the actual. Yeah. See, I told you I was going to do it. I'm just going to start segueing every single opportunity I have. We might get through all of them before the first segment is over. But speaking of segues, wanted to talk a little bit about Fallout 76. I know it's something that we talk about quite frequently. It's a mutual interest that Topher and I have. This is not the 76 podcast, but Meat Week was happening earlier.
That was actually suggested to us that somebody wanted to do a 70. Wanted to do a Fallout podcast.
Fallout podcast would be super fun. I need more familiarity with the first and second game before I'm able to do that. I've played through and beaten each of them one time, but I never took my time to try to grind out all the secrets. But Fallout 76 did release Meat Week this week. It was supposed to be this big thing for the next 2 weeks. You could have Meat Week, and you could do all these cool events. And well, I mean, you could do an event at several different locations, and then once an hour on the hour, you can go and turn in all your rewards or turn in all your prime meat and get some cool rewards. Well, the reward system apparently broke, and it was not giving out any rewards for people other than like the standard fare. So people were noticing this. They complained, Bethesda noticed, and so they have taken Meat Week off for now. They went ahead and instead of trying to fix it mid-event, they just stopped doing it. And kudos to them for actually recognizing that it was a problem, and instead of just trying to jam it in,
gotta stop.
Right? And instead of trying to just jam it through, they were like, "Okay, you know what? Let's go ahead and pull this." But shout out to their social media team, because they did a pretty phenomenal job on Twitter earlier today. They sent out a tweet from their media team, and it basically went a little something like this. So they stated that Chally and Grom were doing such a terrible job at giving out rewards that they were being stingy. And so to make up for that, what they decided instead to do, on a completely unrelated note, or to what they decided to do, was go ahead and just remove them from the game and try to find out, get answers to why they're being so stingy with their rewards. A tweet went a little something like, Grom and Chally are being stingy, so we've decided to remove them for a little while until they learn to play nice. On a completely unrelated note, aliens have been spotted in Appalachia. So what they did was they removed Meat Week and reinstated the alien event that was actually pretty popular. I had a lot of fun with that event. So I wanted to make sure that
I was going to say that was one of your favorites.
Yeah, I loved it, and I thought it was absolutely a
I was
great series of events.
I was always stuck in the wrong place at the wrong time when they would hit.
Yeah,
well,
that's why I liked it. It bounces around, like it's like 6 different locations that it could be at, and so it makes
right.
it
But I was like,
camp.
When they were doing it, it was like I was level 12, and all of the aliens were 40s or 50s.
You're a little bit higher level now, so it's a lot easier. But I'm
only 30.
But big shout out to the Bethesda social media team for coming out with it, just being a little sassy about it, but at the same time recognizing that there's a problem fixing it. So good on them.
And at least, like I said, they replaced it with something, so it's not like
there's not going to be a big lull.
Yeah,
which good for them. But on that note, because I've gotten all the alien plans, I don't need any more. I've actually decided that
you should totally figure out a way to send them to me, because all I have.
I wish I could.
Tube.
I wish I could. I did find out how to link my Bethesda account, but unfortunately,
it doesn't cross.
There's no cross-platform, so we cannot play together, unfortunately. But Xbox is probably gonna be my next big, huge purchase for myself. So I'll probably pick one up and start a new.
Well, no, if you can, because remember I was telling you that the Game Pass, whatever PC Game Pass, it's on there, and it's like $2.99 a month.
Yeah, but I hate playing first-person shooters on PC. I always have, probably always will. I can't do it. It's nightmarish for me. I know it's supposed to be the far superior way to play, and I know I could get a controller and it would probably be fine. And that's what I should do, is just use my PS controller to play, and I'd probably be a lot happier. But then there's button mapping and doing all the crazy stuff that I hate doing, the hotkeys. I just know.
This is why I like the Microsoft thing that you plug it in and you start to play. It's already mapped. It's already figured out. You just plug and go ahead and start shooting. But
I've decided instead to use this opportunity to play more of Tiny Tina's. For anybody who knows or has been a longtime fan of the show, I'm absolutely a ginormous Borderlands junkie. I love the series from start to finish. The first one was good, had some great DLC. It was a fun game. The second one just blew it out of the water, which it's very rare when a sequel can surpass the original, and in every single way, 2 is superior to 1. The controls are better, the loot's better, the story was cooler, and it expanded upon the already built story. Right, it actually made sense from a logistical point of view by keeping the old characters, adding some new stuff, pulling some flair, giving us one of the greatest villains ever in Jack, and I loved that dynamic 100%, and in keeping the story alive even into 3. It was cool. But with Tiny Tina's, it's a standalone game. As a matter of fact, the characters that you get they really have nothing to do with the series franchise. I'm not going to give away spoilers or let anybody know, but you will see some familiar faces throughout the campaign as you play. It's fun. I'm having an absolute blast. The controls are responsive. It does what I want it to do for the most part. I don't really have too many problems. It's very much a run and gun loot shooter. That's exactly what it's supposed to be, and I love it. And the magic sub instead of a grenade, like having you to use magic instead of grenades, is super cool. And they're very ironic, extremely pop culture oriented. As usual, the humor is all there. They're not afraid to poke fun at themselves even. And I absolutely love it.
See, that's always fun.
It is. It's not a perfect game by any stretch of imagination. That there's some, I always call it lazy design. So with all the praise that I'm heaping on it, there are some design things that just irritate me to death. If you don't want me to go somewhere, make it so I can't get there. Don't just put an invisible wall there. That bothers me. It will always bother me. I think it's lazy. I understand you want me to see this beautiful world you've created, but at the same time, if I can't go to that area, make it to where I can't go there. Don't just block it off. Yeah, you're just like hitting an invisible wall. Like there's clearly things I should be able to climb, and I can't for zero reason. It's like there's an area of the map, and like there's a castle. It's all fantasy based. So there's like this castle area. There's this wall. It's toward the very beginning of the game. I could clearly jump from a roof onto this wall. I could clearly do that, but because the game did not want me to go to that area yet, it just invisible wall. And I hit the wall and I fell, and I was like, "Are you kidding?" Like, I found a way to manipulate your controls and your system to explore an area I'm not supposed to be in. If you want to punish me for that, cool. Drop a level 50 character in there that's not supposed to be. Like if I get to an area of the game that I'm too early at, I'm not supposed to be there, drop a badass level 50 in there and just murder me. Just murder me. Just make me pay for it. I would laugh at that. I'd be like, all right, that's fair. And like, just even give him a stupid throwaway line like, "You're not supposed to be here." And then he murders me. That's funny. And I'm still able to get there, but I can't get past that area.
I would keep with the pop culture references and be like, "I'm not even supposed to be here today."
Yeah, like that would be funny. That honestly, that would, or whatever. Or just even like the Star Wars lines, like, "Oh, what a magnificent smell you've discovered, princess!" Right? Something stupid, but make it to where I can't live. Like, drop 15 badass level 50 or 40s or whatever in there, and have them just all murder, fuck my face, right? I would laugh. I would be like, "Okay, fair enough. I'm not supposed to be there," and then I would just move on. I wouldn't try to do it again. But don't just put an invisible wall. That's lazy. Yeah. That is so lazy to me, and that's one of my bigger gripes. Well, some of the mechanics are a little faulty.
Some of the other games, and including the one that you don't like, you can get into those areas, but they don't trigger the instances that you would have to. So you're walking around the empty space,
that's fine too.
It's like, oh well, this is what the layout will be when
right. And
if I go in,
there's zoning instances, right, where you walk up to areas and then like the zoning icon appears and you have to click on it to zone out. Cool. Well, like with this, put a door in my way so I can't zone. Yeah, it's not that hard.
So you have like the one that I'm thinking of where I was running.
That's what I thought.
You rolled over my dog.
Rolled over the dog. All right, hang on. Switch cameras. Like 2 seconds, guys. Sorry, technical difficulties as always.
But no, No, but the fun part would be like you can get over the walls doing specific things, jumping over the edge of the thing, but the doorway is the thing, so you actually have to go through the door to get there. While he is trying not to kill my dog, uh, check out one of our other sponsors for the show, Starfleet Leadership Academy. And that's at Starship or Starfleet Leadership Academy. It is an interesting leadership podcast show that takes and gives you tries to give you the tools to keep your leader, improve your leadership ability and all that stuff. But it does so in the context of Star Trek. So they go through like DS9. I think it was one of the there's a topic from DS9 that is on this next or on this last episode, I think. They go through and the guy goes through and tells you, gives you what you need to do for your to increase your leadership abilities, but couches it in fun Star Trek mumbo jumbo. Like, Picard does this because of this leadership thing, and goes into in depth, and it's pretty. Oh, it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I mean, there's lots of ways that game designers can incorporate.
Well, I was doing the ad read for the ad stumble, which is what I was doing.
Oh, you did the stumble instead of the read.
Yeah, for
I
stumbled through the Leadership Academy.
Oh, yeah, you could have signaled me because I was futzing and half paying attention. I thought you were talking about the Star Trek video game where there's actually like there's actually mechanics to keep you from doing certain things.
No, but I was talking about like since you were not paying attention,
not at all.
It's a leadership course type thing.
From Starfleet, right?
Podcast that talks about leadership, but he couches it in the Starfleet universe, in Star Trek universe, and uses different episodes as examples for like, hey, well, this is how this is an example of this, and this is how you do this, and
yeah, we've got some friends over there that do that, and it's super fun. The fleet, not I can't brain. Yeah, what you said, the words.
So it is pretty cool. Go to Starfleet Leadership Academy.
Starfleet, okay. Starfleet Leadership Academy. Got it.
Yeah.
Starfleet Leadership Academy. Guys, we're really sorry. We're going to do better. We promise. We'll have an entire write-up for next time. We had one for today. I'm a jerk and forgot stuff. So that's on me, guys. I'm really sorry.
And it doesn't help that like we've been doing the mad rush for
3 weeks.
Yeah, getting stuff done.
But yeah, so we do appreciate everybody's sponsorships. We really do. And we do most of what we promote, we believe in, right? So if we put you guys on the air, it's because we want to put you guys on there. If we support what you're doing, we want to support what you're doing. It's like mindtechmind.com. Do I believe in all that?
I don't know,
but I'm willing to explore it, and I think you guys should too. And I think that's what's fun about it, right? And the Starfleet Leadership Academy, they are great people. They're fantastic people, and they do good work. And they do a lot of benefits, and they do a lot of fundraising, and all of the things that they do are very helpful.
Well, no, you're thinking of the actual Starfleet, the ships and stuff. This is he is an ex wrestling commentator.
I'm just gonna shut up because apparently I did not read the source material. And now I'm just looking more and more ridiculous. And I'm sure my Starfleet friends are like, hey, thanks, buddy, but it's not us. God bless. Hold on a second. Now I'm actually going to look at this. Oh.
Like I said, he does a podcast, like coaching podcast.
Take 7. Use Take 7.
Like
Take
Jeff
7.
Atkin. He is a 20-year veteran of the public and private sector. He's extensive experience in both media and entertainment. 2 decades in management and leadership. Pro wrestling TV broadcaster turned executive leader. Never afraid to get his hands dirty when it comes to improving lives.
and we appreciate that. Yeah, so I glossed over. Yeah, so we do apologize about that, boss. It'll be better next time, I promise. But go check them out. It's Starfleet Leadership .academy.
Yes.
And you guys can check out that podcast and see what he has to say. I'm sure the material is absolutely fantastic. And now I feel really bad for not incorporating more source material. I'm going to steal this bottle of water, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll go fetch you another one if I gotta. Because right now I'm reeling from that drink. I'm reeling.
All right, so
oh my god, it's killing me. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. Although it was like a few weeks ago, it was you having issues, and now it's me, and I'm almost like,
that's okay. I've been fighting it today.
Yeah, it feels really good actually. So you had mentioned earlier when we were talking about the different things that we've been experiencing this week, you had talked about a vampire early access. Tell me about this vampire early access.
Vampire Survivors. I actually caught it on another stream, actually Asmon's stream, and was
shout out Asmon.
Trying to figure out, because it looked like asteroids, but it's set in like your so it's like a mixture of Castlevania.
Asteroids, the video game?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So you got like your guy who looks like, or you can choose from several different ones as soon as you unlock them. You can go in, and so you get like the whip on the first guy, and then you can get like spells and stuff that go out, but you're running around trying not to get hit by all of these things coming in, like bats and then skeletons and then ghouls and ghosts, and all this stuff comes flying in at you, and you just run around in circles. Well,
that sounds simple and basic, and I like it.
Yeah, I mean, and
it's like old school arcade running.
But it's the maps seem to be huge because you can just run as far as you can. In like on the first map that I got, just run as far as you can, and as long as you're just dodging, and you got to pick up, and you level fast by every time when you kill something and it drops a blue gem, you pick it up, and that gives you experience. So you fill it up. If you can take out a whole section, fill that up.
So is it it's top down isometric then? Oh, okay, I like it.
It literally reminds me of the old asteroids, where like you would sit around and you would do this, and everything was coming at you, and you just go around in circles trying to,
right. Well,
or some of the older games like that.
I'm gonna be honest. When you start talking about like killing different things to like level up your character and stuff, my first reaction, and I understand it's a different concept, was Smash TV. Do you remember that game on the Super Nintendo? It was an arcade game called Smash Arcade, and then it became Smash TV on the Super Nintendo. And you couldn't actually beat it. The port, you couldn't actually beat it. It was designed to be a quarter sync, and when they ported it over, the last level was never finished. So when you get to the end, nothing happened.
You're like, oh well,
yeah,
gee,
just couldn't beat the game. It was fantastic. They later releases actually they did finalize it, but it was literally released as an incomplete game because nobody ever thought that you would get to the end. Like it was such a difficult game. It was just constant waves of enemies spawning. You'd have to clear a room. You'd pick up bags of cash to improve your score, and you're supposed to be as part of this TV series. I don't know if anybody actually remembers Smash TV, but it was mindless fun. And it was you and your buddy, top-down isometric type style. It had like a slight cant on it to where it was like a little bit of an angle. You can kind of see your player. But it was a lot of fun, and it was totally mindless. And then, of course, speaking of those top-down isometric view type games, we also had things like Zombies Ate My Neighbors. That was a super fun game. I actually saw somebody wearing one of those T-shirts when I was at Comic-Con, by the way. They had a zombie, the picture of the baby, the giant baby from like the second level, and it was stupid fun. But yeah, if you've got,
I'm not doing it justice. So
well, yeah, because now I kind of want to see it. So if you've got like a preview or a let's play or something, we can show the people. I want to be able to accurately reference this game because you were telling me about it at the beginning, and I honestly thought it was like this more top down type isometrics style. So what do we got here? Do.
Here's the trailer.
You want to? Are you looking for the trailer?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you trying to add it?
Yep, I'm gonna throw it up on the screen.
Oh, cool. So we can all see it. Oh, yeah, just cover my face. It's fine. I don't need to be seen. It's okay. There we go. Cool. All right, so go ahead. Let me see what you got here. Oh.
Be the bullet to hell.
No, Bullet Hell. It's a Bulletstorm game. That is actually super cool looking. Now it looks a lot better than I thought it was going to look. I'm going to be really honest with you.
Survive a horrible night.
That's an old Simon's Quest reference. What a horrible night to have a curse. This actually looks fun.
You don't start out that powerful though.
No, I wouldn't. You know. I wouldn't imagine that you do. So I hope you don't have autoplay on. You totally do. Totally have autoplay on.
Oh well, that was just somebody playing the game.
Nope, this is Zelda.
Well, no, it was somebody playing the game.
Oh, there we go. Oh, look, you little ghosty, and he died. Oh my gosh, that looks ridiculous. So yeah, so we're have we become that channel now where we just we live other people's lives?
It would just happen to be like pop up, but yeah, no, you see what I was talking about?
No, I got you now.
It's like
right.
Asteroids meets Castlevania.
But by the way, that's actually very much like Smash TV. Like 100%, like the same type of bullet hell, the waves of enemies coming at you like that. Very, very much.
The cool thing
not quite as free. Smash was not quite as free as that because it looks like you walk around, you get way more power ups and stuff like that. So it looks great.
And you level pretty quick. I mean, like if you can,
you said it's still early access.
Yeah, it's like $2.99 on the Steam
store.
Steam store, yeah.
Cool. Probably pick that up tonight. I got like $30 somehow in Steam credit.
But I don't know how that happened. Just running around and doing whatever. It's like, okay, well, all these other guys are like being able to do all of this cool stuff, and I'm like, huh. Like, that's frustrating. I feel like what's his name?
So frustrating
from Castlevania, just with the whip. But it's
Simon Belmont. How dare you? First of all,
well, my brain isn't 100% at the moment.
I feel a little bit better after that water, by the way. I've kind of got my voice back, and my throat does not feel like it's about to crawl down the rest of my neck. So we feel great.
But yeah, so it's a fun game, but it's frustrating because you like if you can clear out an area, all of the stuff swarm over the thing, so you have to pull all of the monsters away to go back through and pick up all your experience.
Right. That sounds like a frustrating experience.
But if you get enough coins, you can buy the magnet ability, which means that if you just get close, it sucks all of the drops.
Oh, so it brings everything to you, so you don't have to go around and collect them. That's pretty cool. So it'd be less frustrating that way. But do you know what is frustrating? Being able to read or being able to own a book that you're not allowed to read. That's exceptionally frustrating. And I'm talking, of course, about the Black Book. The Black Book is the greatest single book that you are not allowed to read. It's got a really simple premise. Don't read the book, right? So the entire reason that Rutledge Productions produced the Black Book movie, we over here at Geek Publishing decided that the Black Book was too good to pass up. We just wanted to make sure that everybody could have a piece of history, put it up on your shelf, forget about it, things like that. But don't read it, right? It's really simple philosophy. But if you would like to get your hands on a copy of that book, you, of course, would need to go to theblackbookmovie.com. So just go to blackbookmovie.com and you can actually find a copy of that book. You can find a copy of the Audible, in which I am the sulky, silky, seductive voice that will lull you to sleep every single night if you're into that kind of thing. And if you would like to purchase the Blu-ray or DVD copy of that same title, you can do so on the website. And of course, you would also be remiss if you did not check out Letters from Marshalltown. Now, this particular book doesn't quite have the same curse as the Black Book, but it is set somehow in the same universe, so that should be interesting and entertaining for you guys to digest. I'm one of the co-authors of that, as well as Topher, and we have a guy named Daniels that contributed, blah, 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 blah. See, I was doing so good until I just wasn't anymore. But anyways, we had a guy named Daniel who actually contributed to that book as well. But Letters from Marshalltown is an absolutely great place for you to dive into and learn all the crazy mysteries about a cursed town that just can't seem to get things right year after year, time after time. They just can't seem to get it together.
Time after time.
Turn around. Every now. Okay, anyways. But yeah, you guys can check out Letters from Marshalltown as well. But yeah, make sure you check out all the awesome offerings that Geek Publishing has to offer, as well as picking up your copy of the Black Book along with the movie. Award-winning, by the way, just throwing that out there.
All right. Well, something dropped this past week. There was an announcement. I'm going to play the trailer because it's been all over. People have talked about it.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
So
you and I talked about this beforehand. We knew this was coming, so I'm good.
I'm just letting you know that I know you don't like the game, but it is the new
It looks
stuff.
neat. I'm not a big fan of the game, and as far as I'm concerned, Blizzard can rot in hell, but this does look really pretty. I'm not gonna lie. So I'll just sit back and admire for what it is. Go ahead.
Well, we probably should stop the stream, do this, because I forgot to. You have to click a little button here that says so people can hear what's on the.
Oh yeah, you got it now.
Yeah.
Okay. And go.
And go.
And go.
And go.
And go. And go. And go. Can they hear? We can't hear. That's fine. It's got subtitles, so it's ominous orchestral music. Blizzard. Wow. Has it been out that long?
What, 10,000 years?
The world has been sundered.
Oh.
This is actually stuff that happened before Warcraft, the RTS.
We must
Really?
Yeah.
So this is the world before. Okay.
Yeah.
We entrust our ancestral home to you.
And that is the sun.
Watchers.
What happens when magic got thrown into the sun? The world got split everything up. The big continent.
All right.
Let the land
This is them
slumber.
locking away. This is after. It's got some really cool lore
Eyes.
when it comes to like the dragons and some. what
You
the
will
dragons have done.
feel our return
So we're waiting
in
for
the
their return.
waking of the land. Then you must light the beacon of Tyrhold.
Why is it
Lest
called
the path
Tirehole?
home be lost to us forever.
You play D&D, you know Tyr.
Oh, we're just now getting to the. Okay, now it's time for the dramatic choral music. Okay.
I'm double checking to make sure. Yeah, they can hear it.
Okay. It's really weird for us not being able to hear it, though.
I'm trying to figure out why we're not able to hear it.
That's okay. I'm not really that concerned about it. I have the serene orchestral music. I'm using my voice to do their voices. And I'm sure the music that they're hearing is far more exciting.
But so he looks around, he wakes up and realizes that everything has been.
He's still a better actor than Alec Baldwin.
But life is starting to come back.
Pretty.
Basically, it said you will know we're coming back when Azeroth starts to awaken, or so now that we're talking about the planet actually is awakening and getting ready to become another Titan up in the sky.
Nice.
The one remaining Watcher who isn't.
So this is just the Dwemer from the Elder Ring. Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
The Titans are what everything came from.
Right. Except for the Titans came from something.
Right, well,
Yeah.
the Titans became human, or spawned the races. They got cursed with in one section, they got cursed with the...
He looks sleepy.
The curse of flesh.
Oh.
Humanity and...
Oh, he's turning it back on. The whirring appearance is faded out. Oh, he went to CP Bud. Oh, he's awake again. Okay. Dramatic orchestral music.
I have to say that they do a wonderful job on their trailers.
They did. Like
the
that Titan was going to
cinematics.
fall. This is an immortal Titan that we're talking about here, and he was concerned that he might fall.
Well, no, if you noticed, all of the other ones are broken. He is stone. That would have shattered him.
Oh, you got to touch it together. Oh, okay.
So you got to relight the beacon.
Blink. Oh, he went blah blah.
But look at the serenity on his face as he's just like, I've lit the beacon, I've done my job. And he's just...
You go CP by.
He's like, I acknowledge that I'm
Oh, the dragon.
and then the dragons make their way back to the first time.
Well, that's pretty. That is a very convenient dragon. I just thought that. Because it's in the script.
The world is healing,
Nice.
but her
Oh, the world
fate
is healing.
is yet
but
uncertain.
No, these are the good guys.
I know.
Destroyed the Darkwing or Blackwing.
Together, we shall be Azeroth's
But they're adding
protectors
all of these-
once again.
The flight stuff.
Here,
You hear like
the
whipping
new
things
age of
and
dragons
all the other
shall
stuff. They're
begin.
actually control flight in that one. Like you can do flight maneuvers and
See, now that's
fight
neat.
in
I'll give them credit for this.
air-to-air combat now.
Okay. Well, World of Warcraft Dragonflight. Learn more at worldofwarcraft.com. Sponsored not by Activision Blizzard. Sorry. It actually does look pretty cool, and I know it's a game that you've enjoyed playing in the past. And still,
I'm one of those
still
that-
play. And I'm pretty sure that your wife still plays.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, the thing is, we were talking to Sonny, and he's got burnt out on the fact that they keep changing stuff and it keeps moving. Like every time you do whatever, and they've literally came out this time and said, there is no borrowed power, so you're not going to start back over at 1 and having to learn how to ride again or fly again, and you're going to fly from the get-go. We're going to go back to the talent trees that we used to have and give you the ability to customize your character's abilities more. Like, okay, I am really great. I do great AoEs, but I'm not doing this. And going back to the armor smiths and the blacksmiths and the bladesmiths,
People that are actually able to specialize in 1 or 2 things instead of 75 things.
right, and actually being able to do kind of what New World did with their trade or their trader.
Yeah, the trade system.
Yeah, which you can go in,
Which is
with
basically a
this.
job system. Yeah.
You can go in and say, I want this thing, here's the mats, and somebody will pick up the job. They will make those for you, and you hand them the stuff, and the gold, they hand you the item and through the little thing.
Cool.
And professions now mean something. You can now being able
As opposed
to
to Final Fantasy 14 when you could just switch professions anytime you wanted.
right.
Like
you leveling up your professions, you actually, instead of sinking your money into those professions to get them better, to build stuff that you outpace before you get it built. Like you can actually build legendaries and all of the other stuff and make money off of make gold off of the profession rather than
right.
I don't know. I think I burned through like 50,000 gold in the lifetime of playing, just in raising stuff, just because I wanted to get it to where I had everything. And
well, yeah,
I could never use anything because it was always way less than what I was getting doing raids and doing dungeons. So now you'll be able to buy top tier stuff from people making it out there. So it throws the community back in.
Lets people work together again to actually do stuff. So guild actually matters this time because you'll have your armor and your bladesmith and all those different types of characters that can actually do certain things. Hey, I'm going on this squad. I actually need a tank. That's a tank, and roles are a thing again.
Yeah, I mean,
I understand that healing, DPS, and tank. I understand those were always a thing, but what I mean by that
profession roles,
profession roles,
like having the miner that goes out and does all of the stuff and mines all the stuff for the guild.
Right.
Having a team of those is a good thing because they can go out and get all the certain materials. Herbalists get all the materials,
right.
And then you have your worker, like your actual makers, just churning stuff out, and making money off of it for themselves. And if you want to make it like a guild thing, you can turn an entire guild from a raiding guild into just literally a professions production, like
Right.
a business,
A professional guild.
Yeah.
Like it's the armorers guild. Like if you're part of this guild, is you have your roles and jobs, and these are the people that we're looking for. You specialize in this, and this. We expect this type of production.
Yeah, and I'm looking that on that. A lot of the stuff that they promise they had been talking about in the past,
right?
And then never got to end.
Never see it through.
But we actually have video. We actually have footage of those things now. Like this is the first time we actually see it in being implemented in the pre-alpha gameplay footage.
It's good.
So
I mean, good on them for recognizing the complaints and trying to adjust to fix it.
That's the thing is I think that's a show. They're trying to do it to show that they're not the same people that were in the company. All
the lazy serial harassing goofballs that
the ones that are all fired now,
the frat boys,
yeah,
and good on them for cleaning house.
When they did the big announcement thing, and they had like different people from the thing, they had way more women.
Good. I'm just going to throw this out there. It's going to be a dumpster fire, in my opinion, until I can see that they actually put the dumpster fire out. And I still hold the Golden Dumpster Fire Award for them. They get a Golden Dumpster Fire Award.
I'm just saying, like they're actively doing.
I'm crafting that, by the way.
They are actively. It looks like they're actively pushing the people out. They have already pushed those people out, and they're bringing in new. They brought in new people.
No, good.
And they've gotten
good. They should clean house. That's how you fix things. If the company's broken, clean it.
And that.
Speaking of which, Topher, I don't know, talk to you about something. I'm a firm believer in redemption. I like those types of arcs. I think they're fun.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Han Solo is one of my favorite characters, so of course I like the redemption arc. But with companies like Activision Blizzard, for them to do the right things, it's going to take a lot for me because.
Well, I mean, it's literally the same stuff Riot did, and you used to play Riot games.
Which Riot game do I still play?
I have no idea I don't know what Riot does. I thought they did like Red Dead Redemption.
you just meant like I was gonna say I don't think I still play Riot games. I'm pretty sure I gave them up several years ago. But for instance,
people now go back and have played Riot games.
Because EA should follow suit, because right now it does appear as though Activision Blizzard is attempting to put out their fire. Like I said, good on them for firing people, for getting rid of people, and for trying to turn the company image around. Good for you. EA, on the other hand,
I finally got my account back.
What?
Yeah. Just in time to not have anything to play with it.
Right.
Because,
So am I okay? So I'll make the award and then I'll just change the placard.
So I played. I was like, I want to play, Hardline. I've never played it before. It was on the thing. And like I finally got my thing back, and it's dumb. Like it's like you're a cop or whatever.
A Hardline. I know exactly what game you're talking about.
Yeah, no, like I got through the thing. And I was like, this is stupid. Put me back in a conflict where I can run over here and shoot people and do this stuff. Not, you need to arrest people.
Oh, I do have some great.
The first thing without arresting a damn person.
I do have some big news. Some really big news. GTA 6 has been announced.
Finally.
Yes, the day after your 90th birthday. Thanks, Reddit. Appreciate y'all.
I have a bone to pick with them too.
Oh no, what was it? The day after you die. The day after you die is when GTA 6 will come out.
I've made 4 or 5 posts and literally following what other people did, and they've all been taken down.
Yeah, but
it was like you should go over here. Yada yada. I'm like, I literally put it in the same. The flare was in the right spot. One was in the battle stations. There were people just putting up pictures of their thing. Mine literally got taken. Their computer set up. Mine literally got taken down because I was like, it's not as cool as some of your guys's, but I could edit videos really, really well on this.
Right.
And they took it as like a self-deprecating. Well, I know it's not the best, and yada yada yada. And that's why they took it down.
For crying out loud.
Like, well, you can resubmit and do a more appropriate title.
For crying out loud, dude.
I
Like
want
some of their rules are so silly.
Put it back up there. Like, you guys are cunts.
But you have to make fun of that. That's the entire thing about Reddit. You have to poke at the mods because it's the moderators that do that. Yeah, so you have to hit the moderators. So you have to say, the mods made me change this title, so now it's stupid.
I wasn't self-deprecating. It's not as good as the others,
right.
But it's just way better than the literally like 2 ones before me was a guy who had his phone and a Bluetooth controller, and that's what he was playing on.
That's cool.
And it literally says complete setups, no laptops, phones, all of that stuff. If you have a laptop, it must include a bunch of peripherals, all the other stuff.
Right.
So it'd be like my laptop sitting here with like the monitors off of it and all of that shit. That would be acceptable.
Sure.
I literally rocked in, dropped the thing with 4 monitors, all with video stuff. I even went as far as having the Reddit open on one of the monitors, trying to kiss ass.
Right. And that's your first mistake.
I mean, I got 5,000 views within a couple of seconds. So I was like, all right, that's I'm happy with that.
Right. And then they're like, no.
Yeah. And then the guy comes like, oh, well.
No.
Well, actually,
there it is right there. So we are getting to that time. It's about time for us to wrap this up. So I want to make sure that we give a very special shout out today to Night Art Productions. I would like to thank them very much for giving me an opportunity to work on their new film.
I'm still waiting on them to come out.
Rise of Experiment 53. I know we're working on it now that they're scheduled, they're shooting schedules, but now they're busy with editing and stuff like that. But with their shooting schedule and stuff being wrapped up, things are going to be a lot calmer. I talked to them about that already. But Night Art Productions, thank you guys so much for giving me the opportunity to work with you guys on that film, Rise of Experiment 53, that will be coming out later this year. I'm very excited to see the finished product. We had a lot of fun shooting. We got to go to the Randolph County Asylum. I didn't even get a chance to talk about that tonight. Not at all. I actually had a dream the other night that one of the ghost doctors followed me home. It was dead ass. Just 3 days after I was there, I was just dreaming. And it was a gruesome dream.
Maybe
it was bloody. It was awesome.
Maybe he did.
I laughed at him. Like it wasn't even a scary dream. It was just like this really violent, gory dream. And then the doctor was like, ha, I followed you. And I was like, idiot. I laughed at him. But anyways.
This is my dream, bitch.
Right. This is my dream. Right. Anyways, I have lightsaber. So, but it's the Ghostbusters lightsaber, right? So it's got like the proton. It's the proton pack lightsaber. Anyways. But yeah, it was, I had a lot of fun. We got to go to the Randolph County Asylum. It was an absolute blast. Shout out to those guys over there for letting us use that space to shoot the film, to hang out. We were there till almost 6 o'clock in the morning. It was insane. Lots of fun. The place is uber creepy. That should be a paranormal Holo episode. We should definitely talk about the Randolph County Asylum. I would love to come in and talk about that.
That would be awesome.
We could actually probably get Alice or Frankie to come up here and talk about it. They were terrified. They hated it every single second of it. Those are my couple of my friends. Frankie makes a killer hot sauce, and Alice is she's a phenomenal actress. I had a lot of fun working with her. She's hilarious. But they hated it. And there's some of those are some of my more macabre friends, right? And they were just like, no, we don't dick with spirits. We don't dick with spirits. Like they hated being there.
I know it was on my list before I couldn't drive.
Yeah, it was cool. I would love to do it again. I actually talked to another friend of mine, and she's actually staying there tonight. I was like, what do you know? I haven't talked in a while. How you been? Whatever. Like, what are you doing? And she's like, I'm gonna go to the asylum this weekend. And I was like, which one? She was like, it's in Winchester. I can't remember the name. I was like, Randolph County. And I sent her a bunch of pictures of the asylum. I was like, this one? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, I was just there. Copycat. But yeah, special shout out to Kyle Putra, Thomas Peak. You guys have been absolutely incredible. I do appreciate both of you very, very much. So here's your special shout out, Night Art Productions. Go check them out, nightartproductions.com. You can find them on social media on Instagram at Night Art Productions. I realize that I'm not enunciating very well. I'm like super fly. So, but yeah, we
actually got done with all of this. Since we layered all of the
I didn't have to do a bunch of ads at the very end. Yeah.
All right. So we will be back with you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel right here on geekpublicradio.com. Have a good week. We're going to be sticking our heads into the production thing and busting our humps,
Humps.
all weekend long.
Our lovely lady humps.
So we will have some pictures and stuff for you next week.
Yes.
So we will see you guys later.
I'm Crazy Chris.
I'm Topher.
Yeah, all right. Peace.